To call instruction committee to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the April 2023 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. There's a list of field trips. Any questions on the field trips?
No.
Everyone good?
Good.
End of the year celebration of learning.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We've been working on this. We really want to celebrate the hard work that the teachers and students have done. So June 19th, we're going to have some guest speakers. We're going to have games and activities. We're going to have lunch. That is the teacher workshop day that was snowed out that we'll be making up on that Monday the 19th. And you are all welcome to attend. 12 to 3 at Spalding High School.
Any questions, comments? Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is the presentation of Work Ready New Hampshire, Ms. Halligan Foley and friends.
Anywhere
Sure.
you like.
No, you're fine. I'm just spread out.
So good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us. Tonight we wanted to kind of summarize what we started in the fall. So we were here in the fall and we talked a little bit about our Work Ready New Hampshire opportunity, which was a Great Bay program. And you said to us, go for it, so we did. We were very excited after that meeting. Lauren put together a recruitment plan and was able to recruit a number of students to participate in the Work Ready New Hampshire. Do we have the PowerPoint?
Yeah, he was just asking me to pull it up. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh, no, that's okay. Oh, you do? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, they have it.
Okay.
I'll also get it up.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. So what we'll go right into then, Dawn is here, and she is going to kind of give a summary of lessons learned, and then we have Colby here, who is going to share his experience and all of the things that he gained from the 8-week program.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. So as Michelle said, I'm Dawn Humdy. I work with the Work Ready New Hampshire program at Great Bay Community College. This is our 12th year for the program, and it's a statewide program. We cover various modules in the course, things like communication strategies, building better teams, critical thinking, employer expectations, and many other modules. The instructor for the class that was here at the Rochester campus with the Spalding High School students and Lars, a local business, was Linda Richardson, who is a business professor and program coordinator of the business program at Great Bay Community College. So the students took a course with a business professor from the college. There was a lot of value in the partnership with Lars. It led to some potential direct pathways to work, and also built some really great relationships between the students and the employees from Lars, and it helped build a very strong collaborative level of trust between both. There's also an aspect of the class outside of the soft skills teaching in the class. There's a National Career Readiness Certificate, which is academically focused, and the students that took that received a certificate which is nationally recognized. Next is we did conduct mock interviews as part of the program. The people that conducted those is one, the Director of Admissions from Great Bay Community College, as well as the Library Director from Great Bay. The Director of Admissions met with all the students from the high school, so they have a contact, a focal point, if they would like to talk with Great Bay about taking any courses, be it a certificate or a degree program. We collaborated team project presentations between, teams had people from both Lars and the high school students, and these are some pictures showing the final presentations on the last day. staff, Lauren and Michelle from the high school were there in attendance to observe, as well as some of the senior management team from Lars. The collaboration, as I said, built some trust, and the teams were so diligent that they also met outside of class time at Great Bay to work on these projects. So that said a lot to us as a team as to how focused they were on doing a really good presentation. I have a couple of student quotes that I would like to share. The first is, "This class helped me to see things from others' points of view." The second is, "This helped me cement my dreams, and it helped me prepare for the world outside of school." And the third one is, "This class helped me understand more about various jobs that are available to me." And the last thing I would like to say is that we had a press release go out. It went out last week on Seacoast Online, and we're posting it on our website. And Lars and the high school are able to post if they choose. I brought a copy of it for you all to have, so
Oh, terrific.
feel free to take a copy and pass it around. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, so Kobe, do you want to kind of share your experiences and what you took away?
Sure. I experienced this 8-week program where it was just very intuitive and really got into the deep dive of like working the business world, and you get to see so much more when, like, for example, the Lars guys show up and they're tired from a full days of work. No, I've done a full day's work before because I took an internship through the school at an HVAC company, which I'm planning on to go to Manchester Community College on, and it showed other people, like, more in depthly how to be a good person, how not to discriminate, and just how to do workplace things that you might have not known, like communicating, like how do you talk to others. If you're a manager, if you want to be a manager, if you want to go above the normal precedent of some people, I've seen more of the background because I took a CTE program, but this showed a different side of a field I was going into, the factory life of it, and it showed more, like, the group I was in, he told me about his meetings that day and how he doesn't like meetings and how some issues popped up. And for example, one guy in our group never really experienced technology, and that's my first time because as a 17-year-old, you grow up with people who know technology, but when you go to someone who doesn't even know how to Google something, you have to teach them how to do things, which is important. So it was a great program, and I enjoyed it.
You know, one of the greatest things that I saw, we were there, they were getting up, they were doing their presentations, and they were just helping each other along. So we had one student who got really nervous, and you could hear the team saying, "Come on, you got this, you've got this." And these are our Lars employees who are really helping the students. The Lars employees said that they could not have gotten up and done the presentations with the wonderful technology without these boys. So it was just really enlightening, very successful, and we would like to share with you that we'd like to move forward again next year. We have 2 opportunities. One that we just found out tonight in the summer, they're going to be offering it again. And then Lauren and I will plan to recruit again in the fall for another opportunity. Because the certificates that they received and the national certificates and recognition will take them far wherever they go if they choose to go right into career or go on to post-secondary. So we are thrilled. So we will continue to update you on our progress. We continue to keep the data and let you know how many students go through the program.
Thank you for supporting this. This was an innovative idea. It's a great opportunity for us to work with Great Bay, so thank you to Dawn and her team. But the confidence our students gained through this experience was tremendous. I took a group of seniors over, we did a manufacturing tour around the city. So we were at Lars, and one of the students did Work Ready New Hampshire. And going into Lars, you could see his confidence level. He knew people. They remembered him. They came over, said hello. So the relationships we're building for our students within this community are huge. So thank you. And thank you. You did great.
Yeah.
So good.
Great, thank you, Colby.
Yes, it
Certainly,
takes a
thank
lot
you.
to come to school board.
First time.
We're
scary bunch.
Thank you, Lauren
We're
and
glad to
Michelle.
hear about
too.
your experience and share it with other kids too. You need to talk to the 8th graders. Yeah.
My sister doesn't want me speaking.
I think she would change her opinion if she heard you speak in this
Should have
venue.
invited her.
Not the stuff that you speak at home, but the stuff that you talked about here. She might have friends that would think it was cool too. So, yeah.
Is there an opportunity for girls to participate in this?
Yes.
or-
Oh,
We
absolutely.
would like them to.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the next step in the recruiting
Okay.
strategy, is figure out how to get them engaged.
great.
It really gives them an opportunity for that independent time to use it wisely. And when I heard that students were going over on their time off of school to work with their team members, you know, it just demonstrated the relationship and the trust that they built with one another. And they actually enjoyed each other's company and just helped each other out.
For some of these kids, I think it was the first time they ever saw people who looked like them. Like the first day, they walked in and they saw guys who were dressed like Colby, but 20 years older than them, and there was this immediate comfort, right? It was guys in work boots and jeans and flannel shirts, and so to see that person as your future, right? Like that gives you hope. That tells you there's a path for you. And I thought that was really cool because, and then somebody swore, and then they all immediately were like, we're good. You know, like that was cool to see. So,
And when the class started, Linda, the instructor, said right away, I really don't want to see two camps here. I'd like you to intermingle. So she had put them together and intermingled them. But she said after that initial pitch, I didn't have to do anything. They gravitated toward helping each other, and the trust and the relationships were built. And I just learned earlier today that one of my colleagues in another part of the state is now trying to do the same thing. So in essence, this has become a model. And there's definitely, like you had said, Lauren, to me offline, excuse me, this builds relationships and career paths for some of the students. And the trust is phenomenal, so.
And we want all of our local companies to know the quality that we have here at Spalding. And once we build those relationships, we're going to get them out, and we're going to be able to have them go into jobs and continue their education within the job. So it's a win-win situation. This is a great town, and we want to pump it up.
So much of life is who you know, not what you know. Because
Correct.
if you know someone and they like you, they'll help you get the knowledge you need.
Yeah,
So making those connections with people in an industry,
yeah.
that's really a big step. That's a big plus mark.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it goes both ways. There are people in industry that are kind of fearful of intermingling with young people. You know, there's that fear on both sides.
but we are the pipeline.
Right.
We are the answer
We're the
to
answer.
a lot of the workforce issues.
Yep.
And a lot of the people at Lars have been there for a number of years, and they talked about why they have stayed and how much they enjoy the environment and how they have the opportunity to move up or to move over within the organization depending on their interests and how their managers supported that. And I think it was really important for a lot of the students to hear that too, that if you're not happy in the moment doesn't mean you have to leave a place. There's ways to make it work. If you express your interests and people see what your strengths are, they can be retained. So,
Participation numbers based upon the number of companies you have that come forward,
So this was a unique partnership just with Lars, Great Bay Community College, and Spalding High School. We have over 100 business partners that we work with for various activities, but this was specifically designed for Lars and Spalding High School that we partnered on Work Ready New Hampshire.
Okay.
It was more of a
Okay.
pilot first
Yeah.
to see how it would work before
Okay.
we really make it any bigger.
Yeah.
And it was successful, so
Well,
we're
that's a
able
good
now
company in
to.
town, you know,
yeah.
they do a lot in the community, so.
Do we plan on, now that the pilot is over, do we plan on utilizing other businesses in the city coming forward next year?
We would like to.
I think that's a piece for Great Bay too, because this is also their relationship. And we have a fixed number of students who want to participate in something like this. It was a significant commitment, so I don't think there's an endless pool of students yet. So what we did this year is I teach a career planning course. So I went to students who had already self-selected as wanting to do some career planning, and we brought the idea to them first. So that's where we attracted students from. Moving forward, if it's something we do on a yearly basis, we could include it in the program of studies, so we can sort of get ahead of it and understand the interest. Does that make sense?
Please.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
Do we need a motion to allow this thing to continue, or is it?
I think that's what you were asking, right? I tried to take a note. Did you say summer and then fall of '23?
We're looking at, we have the opportunity to do summer, and then we'll probably do spring of '24.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will make a motion to accept Work Ready New Hampshire's 2 new programs, one for the summer and one for the spring.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Nice
So
job.
John, what did they promise you to come here and make a presentation?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, you didn't hold out.
Colby's a good one you can call on.
Okay.
He always
Yeah.
comes through.
All
Oh,
right.
they always
Well,
something.
yeah, we'll get them into the restaurant for lunch.
Oh, there you
At the
go.
very least.
Thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the 5-year plan, and just, we'll be meeting on Monday for that. I don't see any public comment.
They're gone.
They wiped out.
And the other option, or the other item on the agenda under other is the, is a memorandum of understanding with the RFT.
Yes. So, calendar here. So typically, there's 5 teacher workshop days, and this year, we're holding the New Hampshire presidential primary. We don't know the exact date, so initially it was February, then it was March, and so the teachers have agreed to have 2 teacher workshops at the beginning of the year. Then they'll have one on November 7th, which is typically like parent-teacher conferences and report cards. They'll have the one in January that they typically always have. And then they're willing to take that 5th teacher workshop day and flex it. And that will be held on the New Hampshire primary, so that we can hold elections in our schools, they can have the teacher workshop day. The problem is we don't know the exact date because New Hampshire keeps kind of changing their minds.
Right.
So that's what they're asking, is if you're okay with flexing their 5th teacher workshop day.
So this would be, the intent is that that 5th day would be on the primary day.
Correct. So the first calendar did not have 2 teacher workshops at the beginning of the year because one was in February and one was in March. So now we're going to have 2 days before school starts, and they're going to take that 5th day and they'll have it wherever the election date is.
Good. So-
Does leadership like having that extra day in March, February, March? Is that better for professional development, training, and expectations of district leadership? Is it easier if it is in the spring versus up front before school starts?
I think that we actually want the 2 teacher workshops because we just adopted the math program.
Yeah, that'll help.
And so if we only have the one day,
Yeah,
we probably wouldn't be able to do the professional development on the new math curriculum. So it actually worked out very well.
okay.
So with the 2 days, all K-5 teachers will get math instruction for the iReady. And the teachers will have time to set up their rooms, and then we'll still be able to have a PD day in the spring
Okay.
and have the election.
And this does not change the first day of school for students?
Initially, it was gonna be on the 29th, and now it's gonna be on the 30th.
So it shifts day 1 for both calendars?
Yeah, so Maple would do the same thing. They would have 2 days at the beginning, and then they would have the same teacher workshops.
Okay.
So you're looking for the committee to approve
Yes.
it and put it to the full board
I'll make the motion.
to accept the memorandum of understanding?
Yeah.
Send it to the full board?
Yep.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Can I ask a question?
Carla?
When will we get a revised school calendar for both school, or for both calendars?
Now we can give you both, but I guess it wouldn't be official, I guess until the full board,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But we
so
can send it out.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
June.
Oh,
After
yes.
full board.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have the
Yeah.
updated calendars. Thank you.
Any other?
I do have a few things. It's been asked to move instruction first, and I think sometimes we get going. So I don't know if it makes sense from here on in to have instruction first all the time.
First at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, because otherwise, I don't know, we'd have to ask each time there was somebody.
Yeah, I think it's smart.
Is it
I
held,
agree.
is it held in this order just by tradition, or is it in our policy?
I think so.
We've always done it that way.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
just.
good. That's a reason.
But we used to also have it at like 6:30, so, you know what I mean? So we
Yeah.
changed it to all happen at 6. So I think we could just decide, because we have the chairs of all the other committees here, I think we could just make that decision.
Can you handle the pledge?
I think I can remember that.
I think we're good then. I support the change. I think it's, helpful for those who are here to present to not have to wait through 2 committees.
I
So,
agree.
So we don't need a motion, we're just agreeing.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it needs a
Okay.
motion, I don't think it's a
I
policy.
think we can just agree to meet differently.
So we'll just go instruction, policy, services?
Sure.
And then the pledge will just have to move to item 1 for
Okay.
instruction.
The other piece that I wanted to bring up is that, that's right here. So there was a gentleman, and I don't want to mess this up, whose name is Norm Sanborn. And I don't know if people are familiar with him, but he volunteered to enlist to go into World War II and was in the military for 8 years. He was not able to finish his senior year in high school because he went to the military. He has been nominated as the adult volunteer who's done amazing things. I gave you a copy of this in your packet so you can take some time to look at it. And so this kind of lists like all the things that he's done. And this is him up here. And this is the new home, right here in the balcony of the New Hampshire Veterans Home. And so his birthday, I think, is next month. And the question is, would the Rochester School Board like to give Norm Sanborn an honorary diploma from Spalding High School?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I
yeah.
don't think there's any debate on that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Would he come to the graduation?
Maybe,
That would be
Some lives in
awesome.
town, so.
yeah, so we can
If we
ask.
can invite
Send
him
an
to
invite
graduation and
Yeah.
present it at the graduation,
That would be cool.
if Justin's okay with that, that would be great.
Excellent,
He's
thank
been
you.
so active with veterans stuff and he's greeters and reads on graves in the cemetery at Christmas time and it's just been.
This is amazing. I'm not seeing it in the packet. Is there a way that you can just, 'cause-
Oh.
Unless it's in a drive.
yeah, I don't care if you could just send it to, I mean,
Yeah.
I just would like to read it.
Oh, wait, I
so-
think it's in this, right? Didn't we print a hard copy?
It's in the packet.
I think it's in
Oh,
the-
okay.
Yeah, literally in the packet.
Can I have all
I
the-
know, I know, we've got stuff online, we've got packets.
I only have attendance policy. Pat.
No, it's in the
Keep
back.
going.
Last page.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
I'm like all the way to the bottom. I'm like, did I miss it?
I know,
I thought it was all attendance policies.
I put everything together this month
No, that's
because
fine.
I always feel like I'm forgetting somebody or some piece of paper, so.
Yeah,
I
we could
put
have them come
everything
to
together.
graduation. That'd be awesome.
Would it need to be an honorary diploma because he didn't finish his senior year but enlisted instead?
Honorary.
Would it be an honorary?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful.
Can you scroll up so we can see his picture?
Yeah,
Is he in there?
great.
I moved to the left.
Look at
He's got a
him.
mask on, so you really can't see him.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Last month I was asked about bullying in the schools. So just an update, there were 123 reported cases. They were all investigated, 43 were founded, that's about a 35% rate. So what that data kind of showed to us is that we need to continue to educate the community what it means to be bullying versus joking versus teasing versus being mean. So there's a law for bullying and a certain threshold. And so I think every time they report it, I think that's important and they should continue to report it. And we want them to do that, but I think people think that just because they report it means that it is real. Doesn't mean that people aren't mean, it doesn't mean that something was wrong, it doesn't mean that there shouldn't be discipline. It just has to reach a certain threshold for the bullying. So I wanted to update you with that number.
That's across all schools?
Yes.
What school, where's the highest?
That is in my packet, let's see. The most reported cases were Rochester Middle School. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all familiar.
And then some other questions were just kind of like, what are some positive things that are happening? And I tweeted out that they brought in the Tiger program from Plymouth State University. They performed skits at some of the elementary schools on like kindness, working together, teamwork. Our guidance programs obviously are still doing that. We're looking at other programs, so things are being done, but there's still obviously more work to be done.
Long time ago, when my kids were in middle school, they used to have a bullying thing every year where parents would go and they'd have a big presentation. Are they still doing that, do you know?
I bet they probably haven't been since we weren't having anybody in the buildings, and so that's kind of where we're at now, is like we gotta start bringing every
Yeah.
single thing back that we used to do. And so, it's there, it's on the list, we have the numbers, and all the schools have said, yes, there's a lot of unkind things happening in the world around us, and it trickles into our community and into our schools. So we have to be proactive. I think that was it. I think I got through everything. I didn't forget anything, did I? I think that was it.
I have one item. I can't remember how many years ago, there was a sort of a shakeup in the high school guidance department. And now that it's run a couple of years, I wonder if maybe we can get an update on the high school guidance department, how that system is working, and maybe have a guidance counselor come in, and maybe the head of the guidance department come in and give us an update as to how that's working and how it changed the roles of each counselor and
Okay.
positives and negatives and whatnot.
All right.
Anything else, folks? Aaron?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? we are adjourned. Thank you.